There we go. So that was sort of our first impression of it being quite a place where people can, nature can come, wildlife can come and have a place to be, but also sort of the local people who are working in the area can come and kind of escape a bit. So this is one of the ideas of for these canal sites. We really liked the fact that this used to be a coal yard. We just thought was amazing that it's transformed and had such a transformation over really a very short period of time, and we just thought it'd be great if we could get a hold of a couple of canal boats and turn them into habitat on the canal, and have them also provide a study space for students to come and sort of study and monitor what wildlife is can maybe occur in these areas that are actually quite there isn't anything in the areas that we were looking at. Were quite hard surfaces, so finding.
It's quite interesting how that you've already mentioned using floating classrooms and developing that connectivity with the canal, as it were. So that idea predominantly works with your educational system you've got going now, and maybe expanding this to some of the sites that we've just mentioned, and maybe encouraging, like you said, secondary schools and things to come down and, if not learn from these habitats, maybe to help maintain, or maybe to help sort of expand this project.
And possibly with groups like Global Generation, having them, lead, involving youth in building, giving them skills that are built into BTEC programs, where they can take, really, working with, building on relationships within the community, and giving, just sort of getting a lot of people involved, but also creating a visual connection to the site as well, and thrown a little webcam in as well under there, so that it can reach beyond and really show what is developing there. And the images of the duck and the red starred and the damselfly, these are they're symbols, but of just sort of examples of things that could take up habitat there.
What popped to my mind was this idea of Orange Rock Core, where Orange have kind of this asked youths to kind of get involved with community projects, and after kind of 4 hours of volunteering on a project kind of in their local area, they get gig tickets out of it, so they can go to concerts, so they get something out of it, and the community gets something out of it as well. So I thought Camley could kind of maybe involve that insight to bring in kind of the secondary schools and the youths that Phil kind of mentioned. They wanted to start bringing them in rather than just the primary schools, which are mainly focused on at the moment. So I thought that would be quite a good idea to bring in those other users.
To get people's awareness as well. So I thought about the hot air balloon, not a massive big one, but this moderate one that at least be able to fit in here, wouldn't scare people away. Well, we thought of an area around here that it could work, and there's a lot of things there are a lot of advantages that you can get from this actually, with the costs, and with the cost, it depends. If you don't want to actually put money into it at the beginning, maybe if you wouldn't want to put down 8,000 or 15,000 straight away, and you might not want to rent it, you can actually advertise the space, and get private companies that might want to actually rent that little space, since it's near the King's Cross. And you could also advertise the Wildlife Trust, but it's not just, it's also for people to go, for kids to go up as well, like a ride in a way, but to have an overview of the area, so you can be teaching them as well, the site.
Yeah, it's also great to build some fancy things rather than build a new building here.
Just for themselves, yeah. Because we first of all thought of, because first of all thought about a tower, something that just for something that they would want to look at the whole area at once. Because I was trying to think like a city girl as well. I was trying to think what could bring people, even people that might be waiting at the station, to want to actually come, like, look around in the reserve, even not just to come and crowd it. But the day that I was going to the union, I saw an air balloon in the air, and I thought that, oh, and it was advertising something actually, but well, it went too fast for that. But I thought that could help out a lot. And there's one of our case studies. It's in France, because they do what, but that was massive. And what they do here, there's a specific kind of gas that they use, or helium, I would say, and it helps to detect the air pollution. So it changes colour when it's red if it's really bad at that time, and yellow if it's wonderful, and well, as wonderful it can get. So that is something else that they could also use, that you guys could use here, that could help.
It's a good opportunity to involve people to say what can be changed in Camley Street, and it has been changed. So.
Yeah, because you could also and why another way you could bring in for money is because you can invest in it. I mean, you could, I don't know, maybe £5 for 5 children to go or something like that. I don't know, but or £5 per person or something like that, or for adults maybe £12. Because I wouldn't mind going up and having somebody telling me, okay, that area, those areas are the meadows, those areas are that, you know, something like that. Really, I thought about that.
And it's fun.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Oh yeah, it's fun.
Is there another place to land nearby, or
That's
what
well.
happens if the wind goes over
That's
the side?
oh. No, is that? Well,
It's actually attached, so it doesn't move. It's just
Yeah.
Just a tap and down.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't worry, well, the kind of one we thought of wouldn't just
It's
float
attached
away.
to kind of a main pole,
Yeah.
and it literally just kind of rides up and down.
Okay.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
a pole,
actually,
it
we show
travels up
them
the
that-
pole.
Yeah.
It won't
Yeah.
start like flying away.
Yeah.
And
So I should have explained that.
yeah, actually, we show the map. We chose like 3 of the red points, probably for the landing area for the
Because you'd probably need like about 6 meters square, because since for the size that we're thinking of. But that was a question we even wanted to ask you, if those spots were appropriate really. Because from what we quickly analysed, that we thought of that, of those areas.
Actually, they use a device like that at Hever Castle in Kent. Blimey, my coffee. And it works. I think it's probably very effective, because obviously I can't think what the motorway is going down to Folkestone. What was that motorway?
The A21, is it?
Is it the 21? I mean, it carries a lot of international traffic who come on the Eurotunnel, and I think that for people who are thinking about stopping in advance of getting on the M25 or in advance of arriving in London, I think it's a really good kind of landmark to kind of draw people's attention beyond the kind of service stations and towns. So I think it's a good idea.